Hello, Professor Richardson. My name is Zach Martin, and this is my endangered species presentation. I'm going to be doing my note cards first, and then I will show the presentation PowerPoints, since I'm having to film this on my phone, if that's okay, hopefully. While I thought about doing my research and endangered species presentation on a more native species, such as the Short's goldenrod, I ultimately decided to do another one of the suggestions listed, which is an animal I am very intrigued by, the Sumatran orangutan. His name is based on two separate local words, orang and then hutan, which translates to people of the forest. My organism, the Sumatran orangutan, is one of just 3 species of orangutans. These species are found only on the northern Indonesian island of Sumatra, and my Sumatran species of orangutan is more rare than the Bornean orangutan, but it is more commonly found than the rarest Tapanuli orangutan. There have been 64 different gestures used and identified by orangutans. This organism does not make sounds to communicate, which means it also has no way of warning when it is in danger. Rather, they just rely on hand gestures to communicate and get their points across. Some organisms that are related to the Sumatra orangutan, which we might know of, are the Bornean orangutan, the Bornean elephant, and the Sumatran elephant, as well as the rhino and Sumatran rhino. Each of these species are native to the same island of Sumatra in Indonesia. They relate to other orangutans in many ways, but they differ in their appearance as they have thinner and longer faces, as well as a more pale red color to their fur or skin, rather than being bright like other orangutan species. It lives in the wilderness found only on the northern tip of the Indonesian island of Sumatra. They're also found in many zoos, mainly across North America, with the species being at over 50 different institutions across just USA, Mexico, and Canada. The female Sumatran orangutans have a lifespan of around 44 to 53 years, while the male typically lives or has a larger lifespan, or not significantly, slightly, averaging a range of 47 to 58 years old. At the age of 8 is when female orangutans are considered to be fully developed, while the male Sumatran orangutans will not reach full development until adulthood at the age of 13 to 15 average. The diet of this organism includes mostly fruits and insects, with the 2 most common items being figs and jackfruits. They are primarily frugivores, so they're known to eat fruits with a large seed surrounded by a fleshy substance. Their main diet is composed of lychees, durians, jackfruit, breadfruit, and fig fruits, and they are known to be the largest fruit-eating organism. It reproduces by sexual contact, which is often initiated by the female, which is choosing a dominant flanked male. Males may mate with more than one female, though, and orangutan females have a 22 to 32 day menstrual cycle. The birth is shown to average to take up to 227 to 301 days on average. And their statistics show there's a 1-to-1 sex birth ratio. And then in the wild, the female can have up to 4 surviving offspring in her lifetime. Meanwhile, there is also no evidence of menopause occurring in this species. I read some fun facts that said they've reproduced at the age of 50 even, which is very old, obviously. They usually reproduce, though, around the ages of 12 to 15 in female Sumatrans, while the male age of reproduction is a little older again, at the age of 18 to 20 years old. And as well as the average age, they said the oldest one to been found living was last year, or 2019. He was 59 years old, I think, in an Oregon zoo. There were an estimated 7,000 remaining in the wild back in 2004. A 2016 study estimated that the number, while still decreasing, is now known to be over 14,000 Sumatran orangutans living in the wild. And they are currently listed online as just 200 plus held in captivity across the 50 different zoos and institutions. So there are many more in the wild. There are quite a few interesting facts about the orangutan, the Sumatran orangutan. Some special traits of my species include that they have been observed using tools. Mostly, for example, they can use rocks, but mostly they use sticks to dig, poke, and then collect like food or whatever they're looking for. Studies have showed through observations that the Sumatran orangutan will even keep and store useful items, and they are very useful. These sticks are very useful in taking fiberglass-like hairs off of the fruits of the Nicaea tree. These will hurt the inside of their mouths if they bite through them, but they're able to use these sticks to pick it apart. Sometimes it has been shown through observation that they even collect whole toolboxes of useful items to keep for storage. They are known to be the heaviest mammal to travel by tree, which is an interesting special fact. And they are also known to be more social than any other monkey through observation. My organism is an animal from the mammal class, and its scientific name is Pongo abeli. They are the largest fruit-eating animals on the earth, which is another special trait and very cool fact about them. My species of animal has the condition of dimorphism. So for example, the male orangutan, the male Sumatra orangutan, can be up to 5.5 feet tall, and he can weigh up to 200 pounds, while the female is often much shorter, weighing just 100 pounds and being just 3 feet tall. And the male Sumatrans may sometimes have a delay of many years in their development through adulthood, including their secondary characteristics like their cheek phalanges and then their muscle mass both. The organism is exploited by humans in many ways currently. Some of its main threats, the main one is deforestation, and the building of roadways is another very bad one for them. It's damaging their habitat. Their native land is being converted from forest to agriculture in order to use this land for palm oil, which is damaging to them. They have now been confined all the way to the northernmost tip of the island. And on occasion, there's also local hunting, which is a reason for their decreasing population and size. And they are seen as pests by many Sumatran farmers who keep them away. Another threat that is more recent in captivity, they can face an illness. For example, many have been shown to be getting air saculitis, which is very similar in them to strep throat and Homo sapiens. This is due from the contact of being so close to humans. Another large reason for their deforestation has been to develop residential and commercial buildings, and this has plagued their habitats and populations very badly as well. Sumatra currently has one of the highest deforestation rates in the world, as well as Indonesia having the fastest deforestation rate. Half of Sumatra's forests have been destroyed in just the last 20 years alone. These are all terribly damaging facts of deforestation. The IUCN, or International Union for Conservation of Nature, lists the Sumatran orangutans as being critically endangered. This was globally last assessed in the October of 2017. The population trend is listed as decreasing as well. In 2016, there were estimated to be 14,600 plus left remaining in the wild. Now the big question for us is what can we do to try and save and preserve this beautiful, majestic monkey? There are two main current strategies being implemented which conserve the organism species population. These are to rehabilitate and reintroduce ex-captive or displaced organisms. The second being the protection of their forest habitat through preventing threats of hunting for game and deforestation for any reason. The latter option is more costly but has proven to be quite effective in recent years. I am interested to see the development and trend of their population in the future as I hope for the best for this species, and they are very interesting to me and seem to be good animals. I'm going to quickly slide through my presentation here. Hopefully this can be seen okay. I have an introduction to start. And then some background info. This was all mostly in the speech. Hopefully these efforts of help can continue to help change the decreasing trend of their population. This alone may not do the job though, so it is very important to do our job and spread the words and always stay thoughtful of nature, including other plants and animals surrounding all around us. These are reasons: are deforestation, human exploitation. And this is the strategy to implement to save. I'm Zach Martin, and this has been my endangered species presentation. I hope you have learned a thing or two about this critically endangered animal, the Sumatran orangutan. Thank you very much, and take care.